Mysore to continue his education. At this stage, he came face to face with the modern education. Added to this, high school days gave him good friends and provided him with an environment of literary activities. Mysore's public library opened the window to the world of literature for Puttappa. It is the place which rooted his love towards literature. It is the place where he was deeply engrossed reading Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. Ramakrishna Ashrama is another center which gave a turn to his life. Swami Siddeshwarananda was specially observing Puttappa's talent. When Puttappa fell sick, Swami Siddeshwarananda took him to Ramakrishna Ashram for treatment. Under his care at Ramakrishna Ashrama, Kuvempu became an explorer of literature and philosophy. For the next 12 years, Ramakrishna Ashram was his shelter. An interaction with his most beloved teacher, T.S. Venkanaya, helped in developing his personality. He took to writing while in high school. Interestingly, Puttappa started writing poetry in English. He wrote poems imitating English romantic poets who worshipped nature. It was an Irish poet, James H. Cousins, who made Puttappa to turn towards Kannada. Cousins rejected Kuvempu's explanations of lack of vocabulary for poetry in Kannada and encouraged him, saying that only competent persons can achieve wonders in language. It opened another path for him. After this historical incident, Puttappa decided to write only in Kannada. He remained committed and achieved wonders. Kuvempu was one of the students in the first batch of Kannada MA course started at the University of Mysore. When he was still an undergraduate student, he presided over the Student Poets Assembly held in Bangalore. He started his career as a lecturer in Maharaja's College after completing MA in 1929. The very next year, he published his first anthology of poems titled Kolalu, the Flute. At an young age of 29, he presided over the Poets' Assembly at the Kannada Sahitya Sammelana in Hubli. After marrying Hemavati, the daughter of Devangi Ramanna, in 1937, Kuvempu settled in Udayaravi, his ashram of great accomplishments. He served as an assistant professor in Bangalore between 1939 and 45. Barring this period, the Kuvempu couple spent their entire life at Udayaravi in Mysore. The ideal married life of Kuvempu and Hemavati got them 4 children. The first son, Purnachandra Tejaswi, who was born in 1939, became a household name by his unique lifestyle, his contribution to Kannada literature and Kannada psyche. The second son, Kokilodaya Chaitra, is a famous designer engineer settled down in Australia. His 2 daughters born later are Indukala and Tarini. Kuvempu continued his career as a reader at the Central College in Bangalore from 1939 and returned to Mysore as a professor at Maharaja's College in 1946. After some time, he became the principal of Maharaja's College. Mysore became his seat of philosophical and literary advancements. Kukkarahalli Kere, the tank at Mysore, kept the Malnad life alive in Kuvempu's memory. It became a witness to many discourses that took place with his beloved mentor T.S. Venkanaya and his friends while strolling. Walking along this tank bund became a lifelong obsession with Kuvempu. Ramayana Darshanam in 2 volumes were published between 1949 and 51. In 1955, he became the principal of Maharaja's College. In the same year, Sri Ramayana Darshanam got the Central Sahitya Academy Award. In 1966, it won Kannada the first ever Jnanapita Award. He is just not known as a writer, but also famous for his accomplishments in the educational sector. After expansion of the Mysore University, Kuvempu was appointed as Vice-Chancellor in 1956. Mysore University was facing several problems when he became the Vice-Chancellor, and he addressed them successfully. He named the campus Manasa Gangotri and helped expanding the educational activities. He designed educational, research and expansion plans. Prasaranga, the educational wing of the university with its unique work, drew the attention of the entire nation. Importantly, Kuvempu designed various plans for giving higher education through Kannada medium. Most importantly, he inspired people to work for unification of Karnataka. It is astonishing to see the number of diversified literary works that Kuvempu created during his lifetime. There is no genre of literature that is not touched by him. An epic Sri Ramayana Darshanam, Chitrangada, 28 anthology of poems like Kolalu, Navilu, Kogile ಮತ್ತು Soviet Russia, Kindari Jogi, 14 plays including Jalagara, Smashana Kurukshetra, Yamana Solu, Raktakshi and Shudra Tapasvi. Two magnum opus novels, Malenadina Chitragalu, a very rare collection of essays, 2 anthology of stories, around 10 books dealing with poetics and literary criticism, biographies of Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, besides Nenapinadoni, a very distinct literary genre of autobiography. By taking questions on social justice, Kuvempu's plays have become culturally significant texts. It is to the credit of Kuvempu that he created a new sensibility by introducing the novel method of interpreting mythology and looking at history from a subaltern perspective. Jalagara, Shudra Tapasvi, Beralge Koral, Smashana Kurukshetra and other plays are considered as reactions to inhumane aspects of our tradition. Kuvempu's 2 epic novels are rare literary works in world literature. Kuvempu himself has described these 2 novels as 2 droplets of the ocean of life in Malnad region. Both Kanuru Heggadati and Malegalalli Madumagalu narrate the lifestyle of Malnad region during the specific period of colonial age. While Heggadati is an epic dealing with the disintegration of family structures, the Madumagalu encompasses the life of Malnad itself. It is amazing to see in both the novels how infinite units of nature are entwined into an organic relation with finite characters in the story of these 2 novels. It was Kuvempu who created models of 20th century rational thinking. He was the first to courageously create a thought revolution and professed the need to develop Indian society which is founded on the principles of discrimination at all levels through modern, scientific and democratic thinking by taking a humane path. Kuvempu exposed the knowledge-based cultural politics found throughout in the history, mythology and in the power centers, and aspired the Kannada world to become a discrimination-less world of universal man, the Vishwamanava. The rationality of Kuvempu is set on the philosophical foundation which opposes religious and social traditions propagating enslavement and inequality. An opponent of institutionalization of religion, Kuvempu's philosophy was attracted towards absolute freedom without any restraint. He was of the firm opinion that all that is against the rhythms of nature is anti-life. He desired that religion should go and spirituality as a scientific principle must be recognized. He called on the youth to have a mind without restrictions and invited them for an ideological revolution. He initiated the custom of mantra mangalya, a unique method of simple marriage. His rational thinking was spread across social life, language, education, religion and philosophy. To top it all, he propounded the man's absolute liberation through his Aniketana philosophy.
ರೂಪಗಳನ್ನು ದಾಟಿ ನಾಮಕೋಟಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮೀಟಿ ಎದೆಯ ಬಿರಿಯ ಭಾವದೀಟಿ ಓ ನನ್ನ ಚೇತನ ಆಗು ನಿಯನಿಕೇತನ ಓ ನನ್ನ ಚೇತನ.
This talented poet was bestowed upon innumerable awards. Government of India conferred upon him the Padma Bhushana and the Padma Vibhushana awards, while the Karnataka government declared him the RASHTRAKAVI, the poet laureate, and conferred him the Karnataka Ratna award. A revered man, Kuvempu, who brought the first Kendra Sahitya Academy and Jnanapitha awards to Kannada. He chaired the 38th Kannada Sahitya Sammelana held at Dharwad in 1957. Kuvempu, who gave a clarion call for ideological revolution and created awareness among Kannadigas on the Nadu, the state, and Nudi, the language, besides lighting the lamp of rationality, breathed his last on the 10th November 1994. He was cremated with all the government honors at Kavishaila, a place where he worshipped the beauty of nature. Though Kuvempu has left his temporal body, his spirit is immortalized. His literary works and philosophical thinking continue to be a guiding light for Kannadigas. His poem Bharata Jananiya Tanujate is declared as state's anthem, while the poem Negila Yogi is accepted as farmer's anthem.
ಫಲವನ್ನು ಬಯಸದೆ ಸೇವೆಯ ಪೂಜೆಯು ಕರ್ಮವೇ ಇಹ ಪರ ಸಾಧನವೋ ಕಷ್ಟದೊಳನ್ನವ ದುಡಿವನೆ ತ್ಯಾಗಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿಯಮದೊಳಗವನೇ ಭೋಗಿ.
After the demise of the poet, the government of Karnataka came forward to create a memorial